kind of emotion, first of all, I think in my book is one of the most underrated emotion, but it's the emotion that helps you understand the incomplete side of yourself, the part of you that's missing. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, what is envy? Envy is that kind of emotion that essentially when you're looking at you're having this very strong, very, it's kind of resentful, it could be, it couldn't be, but this strong desire for something or possession that someone else has, right? You want something that someone else has. You would like to possess it. So it's like, it's not, it could be anything from, someone's possessions, someone's status, it can be someone's personal qualities, it can be different things, but the idea is to basically want something that someone else has, or be resentful about something that someone else has, essentially. Now, don't get this confused with jealousy, because envy and jealousy are two different things, but people tend to use it pretty interchangeably. So for instance, jealousy is the kind of emotion is that it's a fear-driven emotion. It's a fear-driven emotion that you're afraid of something being taken away from you, right? A possession being taken away from you. Essentially, if you look at envy being something that you want from someone else, jealousy being the fear of something being taken away from you. And usually jealousy is used in the context of relationships. So if, you see your girlfriend or you see your boyfriend flirt with another guy or girl at the mall or some kind of get together or whatever, you're gonna feel some kind of way about it. If, especially if that guy looks like he's spitting mad game, you're gonna feel some type of way about it. That's the jealousy. You're feeling that something that you care about, something that you love, is about to be taken away from you. Envy, on the other hand, envy is a little bit different, and envy comes in two different forms. The first form I'm going to explain, it's pretty much broad. Everyone to a certain degree experience this, and I'm going to show you how you can utilize envy to basically better yourself and be as successful as you can possibly be. The second nature of envy is the darker nature in envy. It's basically, envy can be described in two different ways. There's the external part of envy, which is the envy of material goods. So for instance, a good example of this are celebrities, right? Wealth, they check every box: wealth, fame, status. They have all of it, right? And I can guarantee you, I will find, if I just grab a handful of people out there, I can find you one person that is at least envious and wishes that they possesses at least one of these qualities that celebrity has, right? So now that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, why isn't that a bad thing? Well, think about it. Envy, in a sense, is that kind of drive. If you look at something, at someone, and that someone is living a life, someone has that lifestyle that I've always dreamed of, you've always wanted. They have the money, or they have that girl, or they have that confidence. They have all of it, right? Yeah, there's a part of you right now that's missing, that you lack that. There's a part of you that lacks that. So what do you want? You want that piece, that thing that person has for yourself. Right now, here's where you can go off on two different paths. On one hand, you can learn to, realize, hey, that person is driving a nice car. I want to drive a car just like that person. I'm going to see what I can do in terms of getting to the level that he's at. I want to know how I can get to that level so I can drive that same car that he's driving, or I can live that same lifestyle that he or she's living, so I can be that person that I feel like is missing from me. And the other direction you can spin off to, and it can go into a darker spiral. The other direction can be, I want that that celebrity has all that money, that he has, he's got it made, he's got cash running up the fucking Yahoo. I want that cash that he's got. Matter of fact, he doesn't deserve that cash that he got. And you see how that starts to really change the mentality, and you see how that emotion, envy starts to really take hold. And that's why you get into the darker, malicious type of envy, where you run into people who want nothing but the worst for you. And these kind of people won't show it at first, because it's that kind of subtle kind of destruction of your life. And it's not just your life, it's going to be those around you. And if you guys at any point spot these kind of characteristic of these people, cut them off. Because once people dive into that malicious envy, they want to be you. They want to take what you have. Essentially, they don't believe you are deserving of what you have currently. Now, for those of us on the other side of the spectrum, this is how it can be used as a good thing. When you encounter someone, or you encounter someone that you believe is a higher value, or has something that you possess that you want, and you feel that feeling of envy coming up, understand why you're feeling that way. Understand what it is that person, what qualities that person possesses that you are missing. And then start to figure out how you can get those same things for yourself. And that's how, using that kind of emotion, that feeling you get, where you look at someone that has something that you feel like you can do it, that doesn't deserve it, but you can do it better. That emotion that drives you, let it drive you to go get and obtain those same very things, or even better than that person has. That's how you better yourself. It's how, see, emotions don't have to be a negative thing. And that's what people tend to look at it. When we classify emotions, we always have like, okay, anger being a bad thing, happiness being a good thing, right? We categorize these things as good, as bad. I mean, even the concept of good is bad all comes down to perception, right? For instance, the way we do things on the west side of the world might be different than the way people do things on the east side of the world. The culture might be too different, You gotta understand that these things, when I'm gonna get back to it, getting back to the portion, when you understand that, hey, that's the part of me that's missing. This is what I need to do to obtain it. This is how where I need to go do it. This is that feeling. Let it drive you. Don't let it be a negative influence, because the mind is a powerful thing. It can go either direction, you are willing to let it. You got to understand that you, and only you, are in control of this, and this is a powerful weapon. This is a powerful weapon. So when you encounter emotion like envy, it's all about how you see it. When you feel it, understand it, and utilize it to help you get to where you need to be. And that's pretty much it.